Pisces, to your New Year's 2026 forecast. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Hope you guys had a beautiful holiday season and wonderful Christmas. Hope all your Christmas dreams came true. Let's get in here and see what is coming for you in the year of the fire horse. As we're ending 2025 and starting 2026 with still that snake, that wood snake going strong. That fire horse is going to be running in right after it. You can feel the two energies emerging. You're going to have that fire horse coming in February, strong, passionate, swiftly moving, never likes to really stop. It's just going, as fire does. It does have a passionate piece to it, which is going to bring in the passion for everyone, and especially keeping that passion in the air. But it also has a undertone of chaos to it, as well as fire always does. You remember, no matter how beautiful fire is, it still has the potential of burning, right? So we don't, so you never know how it's going to singe certain things. So I do feel like it's still going to, for you, coming in, and I think it's going to want to singe some things. I think it's going to take over the job of the snake for you and really continue with that fiery, chaotic, burning things to the ground. But with a different kind of burning. This one's going to bring in that passion, that desire, that's saying if it doesn't belong, then we're going to burn it down, which the horse does anyways. The fire horse says, especially when it comes to relationships, if it's not a deep relationship and it doesn't have any potential to deepen, then I want to make it go away. Right? So then it burns it down. So I do feel like there is this possibility of some things burning down to the ground, things that you knew were not going to work anyways. I think for some of you, it was like I was trying to keep this going, but I know for some reason now I'm really having this understanding it's not going to work. It just doesn't have the potentials to work. But that's okay, because I feel like this is where it's trying to expand your horizons. Through this kind of pain comes this pleasure, right? Because through the chaos comes the beautiful, right? After the storm comes the rainbow. So I do feel like for a lot of you, it is what we consider a hidden blessing in the end. Even though I tried to get it to work, so well, it just never could stand the test of time. And it could definitely be a relationship. So, but let's get in here for you, my friends. And that's it's a beautiful way to start the new year, but it also feels like it could have pain. Okay. You could have pain for some of you. But I do feel like as winter continues to go through its time, just before it hits your birthday season, I feel like there's going to be some magic that starts happening for you. Okay. So let's get the overall card or cards for you for the year and see where this energy is going for the year. Tell us about the beautiful Pisces. Third house, your potential to learn something and your local neighborhood. So definitely it's saying, I want to learn something, and it does come with another card. The other card is the fifth house, where you have fun, romance, create things that you are proud of. So it definitely is talking about learning about this love. You have these two beautiful houses coming in. That's very interesting. You're getting two houses. I think somebody else had two houses as well. They were the first ones that had both houses. I can't remember who that was, but yeah, somebody had, I think, just two houses as well. It might have been Libra. But however it is, it just feels like we're going to learn where the fun, the romance is. We're going to learn where this passion and this magic comes from. Having strong attractions this year for your desires. Learning some things that it's coming straight from the heart center, that's for sure. straight into winter here, my friends, and see what energy you're bringing in for winter time. Winter is going to be, obviously, January through March. Straight to from the beginning. And then, of course, guys, all the retrogrades, the Mercury retrogrades this year will be in water signs, starting with your sign, Pisces, moving into Cancer, and then the last one of the year will be in Scorpio. So it's definitely going to be a time of intuition and emotions. Okay, so I do feel like you're going to have heightened emotions, and I want to say intuition, but I also want to say heightened illuminations. I don't know why I want to say that. But that's okay, because illuminations can actually, for you, my friends, bring in many dreams. So I do feel like there's some things that are skyrocketing around you. Illuminations. Illuminating on things. Okay, you're going to have this beautiful Scorpion energy coming through, talking about water. Here's that water coming in for you. This energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. But I feel like that's where that burning passion, but also burning things down to the ground, is you're having some kind of tower. I feel like you're having some kind of tower that's just continuing in this area of your life. Yeah, it's getting ready for some kind of transformation. I got transformation at the bottom of the deck as it's transforming everything. So we can see where it's taking it. It's taking it to this place of transformation, but it's going to take it to this place of very fired up, hot, heated situation for the winter time, saying this is where it's going to follow through. This is how it's going to follow through. It's going to follow through with all this. Like I said, it's going to expand on your horizons. I feel like this is where your pleasures are going to come through, but going to bring in those pastimes. It's going to pump you up, though, with all this fiery energy. And then, of course, you have the Pluto with the Scorpio. Scorpio is Pluto. And then you have Mars and Leo coming in. So there's a lot of water, a lot of fire going on over here for you. So I do feel like this is where you're going to find this happiness, but you're going to find out the truth within the situation, but it's going to keep you very confident. I guess we're going to take this because this is going to say, yeah, but Pisces, I'm very confident in where I'm going. I understand that it's burning to the ground. I understand that it cannot stay with me. I understand that I'm fighting for something that I cannot win in this situation. So let it burn. Let it burn, right? Because there's something else that's coming in that's more appealing. Whether it's a love, whether it's a job, whatever it is for you, my friends, there's something more appealing coming. We're going to look and see what it is for the majority of you. And of course, as soon as I cut the deck, it's talking about the lucky surprise to the Ace of Cups. So some of you, it is this love that's coming through, or, but we're going to just say it's still something passionate that's coming in when it comes to this justice, and this justice is coming with this Capricorn energy, and this energy is coming in that's saying, yes, but you know what? Go ahead, follow your heart. Make sure, though, that whatever you're doing is justified. It's justified. This is where the glory, the justification, and the fairness comes in. Because I just feel like right now, that whatever you're going through, that you're leaving in 2025. If I could leave this in 2025, I would, but it's not. It's following you into 2026. So therefore, I just feel like universe is like, we're putting an end to this. Keep your self-confidence alive. We're putting an end to this toxicity. We're burning it to the ground. It serves no good. Whether this is a committed relationship, I do feel like for a lot of you, it's a committed relationship, and it's just not going to work. Okay? If it's committed on a friendship, is it platonic or a love relationship? But it's definitely some kind of relationship. But I do see the happy surprise coming in with the Ace of Cups. As soon as this is burned to the ground, as soon as this dies out, then there's this exploring new possibilities. There's this happy surprise coming in, which could be this creative opportunity, this new love, however it is that's going to come in, but it's going to be stronger. It's going to be worth all of the pain, the chaos, the misery, the difficulties. See the difficulties to the Six of Wands. So it's saying after the challenge, after this challenge and after these diversities, after this horribleness comes the victory. We see that here because where you have the devil, we're finding the balance. So whatever the challenge is, but you're going to be able to use this intuition, but you're going to find this love, and this love is going to be beyond, and this desire and this passion and this pleasure is going to be beyond anything that you've seen before in 2025. And it's all because of this new death that's bringing in this gift. There's that gift, the gift of the Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. That's fine, right? It's letting it go, letting it do its thing, right? So it's saying winter is all about justification. If you know that your creativity has been nothing but just down and out, and it's not helping my job, you're going to find that playfulness. You're going to find that creative side. You're going to find that your creativity is increasing. Okay. And I feel like, you know, if it's just romance in itself, guide, your romantic world is literally growing and expanding. And that's what the fire horse wants anyways. It wants to deepen those relationships. But it definitely is saying, I'm going to get rid of whatever is no longer serving you. Like I said, whether this is a job, for some of you it's a job, some of you it's a relationship. I'm going to say for the majority of you, it's a relationship. Okay. Bringing in this happiness. Time to wake up. It's giving you this wake up call about where you can actually get your 10 of Cups, this happiness, this family blessing. For some of you, right? It could even be a family blessing. If you're looking for the new job, here comes that new job. Like I said, if you need creativity in your job, then here comes the pursuit of, you know, these entertainment thoughts, ideas. This new song comes out of nowhere. How did I hit that one note that I just needed? That was the one note to just finish the song that I needed to finish, right? So it's definitely bringing in new ideas and new plans. I think we're going to really see that in spring, though, too, how it's bringing in new plans and new ideas, realizing the dream, understanding the potentials to learn what it is we truly need to learn. Wow. How exciting is that? Because it's just going to roll itself over with all this fiery energy coming through. But the Scorpio I love, though, guys, because remember, the Scorpion is that hidden piece. That piece, though, that I want to master this situation. So I don't feel like you're really pushing these ideas out into the world just yet. You're kind of keeping them to yourself, right, until you have what it is you need. Okay. Otherwise, it could just cause a lot of, you know, drama, or you could feel there's already too much drama within the situation. Okay. So I do feel like there is some secret when it comes to the Scorpion energy. Keeping it on the DL, right? On the down low. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Whoa. In spring, we do have the Saturn energy coming through, the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom. Okay. Like I said, I feel that. I feel that that's where it's coming. Here we go. Are you going to take some personal risks along the way? You have this Virgo energy coming through with this Saturn energy. So it's like you're working and you're building. You're expressing yourself. You could be using a lot of new, unique ways of doing things. Showing the world a side of you that you haven't even felt in a while. Like, I haven't even felt this good, right? I mean, I actually feel better, right? I'm on top of the world. So feeling like you're on top of the world, knowing these new possibilities, feeling this optimism. And that's because this came in. Here it is again. Why? You ask why? Because I have the Page of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. To the Page of Cups. Wow. That's crazy. And then after that, you have the Page of Swords. So it's saying, because I have the clarity, the understanding of how I'm going to pursue things within my life in the springtime. The springtime is bringing out this powerful time for your self-expression. The new ways of your entertainment, your romance is exploding. You're working hard towards keeping these things alive. You're seeing this progress within yourself. You're becoming more creative, more playful. Wow. Really holding on to those, that magic that you've wielded. When I say you were going to feel the magic, boy, I mean, you know, the magician, he wields these aces. These aces are all these brand new opportunities. So I would assume that probably in December or something, you must have been um, magical, right? Because I know that some of you in November were holding on tightly to that magician. So you could say, I was still the magician, still wielding that magic, still holding on to what it is I truly wanted, waiting with hope and calm and ease, understanding my legacy, bright-eyed, ready to go. And then you're saying, and now I'm ready for the universe, and following your heart to this place during the springtime. And the springtime is just bringing in all these beautiful things for you. You're really going to feel this creative spark no matter what. And I think the creative spark is going to be beautiful for you, Pisces, because it's going to be in all your houses. It's going to be, you know what, if I want to go be healthy and go to the gym, I'm going to get this creative spark to want to feel better, love, right? Because it's all about that fifth house, about how you're loving yourself. It's not, like I said, not just about the love and the romance. It's about the fun, the creativity, bringing out those sparks in life. So I feel like where there were some things that were binding you down and you felt like you were chained down, because we did see the devil, I do feel like now you're busting out of that like a freaking, you have the death card, and we had the death card again. So I do feel like you're busting out of your chains over here and really being able to explore and feeling like a brand new, fresh butterfly, because I feel like you were just in a cocoon. It wasn't just chaos for you. It was also a type of learning process for you of what you were going to take and what you weren't going to take. It was the ultimate like test. You could even say my relationship was, my commitments were tested. Okay. So you have these potential challenging moments that you were going through coming back out as you are, like I said, expanding into this butterfly. I don't feel like the challenges that you had before, right, they're not going to be there as much, because in winter you're going to really face them. And in February, that horse is going to allow it to come in and just burn it. Now you're going to feel like it's burning at both ends. Okay. The snake burned it, and then the horse wants to come burn the other end. You know why, though? Because if it's like a bridge, it doesn't want you to turn around and run the other way. Think about it. If it's only burning the bridge at this end, right, as you're walking and it's burning, you can't walk that way. It doesn't want you to turn around and run backwards. Why? Because then you have the potential of, if that bridge is allowed to rebuild, then you could have the potentials of walking down the same bridge again, right? They say, no, we don't want this bridge to even exist. So we're going to burn it all the way down. So you're going to actually go down with the bridge. I know, that sounds scary. It's like, wow. Yeah, that's right. You're the captain of your own ship. You're going down with your ship, honey. That's exactly what it is. And it's going to allow you to do that. And you know why? Because that's going to allow you to learn something. I know, that sounds scary, but it's good. Because that's where you get to get out of the cocoon and then fly away, right? So yeah, it's going to make you feel like you're sinking, but you're not going to drown, right? Because you're going to grow wings and fly away, right? I could have said you got a lifeboat, you know, or something, but no, it doesn't feel that way. You have the transformation card, so it's not saying you were saved. It said you grew wings, you transformed, and you got the hell out of Dodge because you knew you were sinking. Going into summer, you already know that anyways. I'm not telling you really anything you don't really already know. If you really think about it and the way that things are going on in wintertime, you'll already know, right? In the summertime, your Venus with Libra, energy. Wow. Venus with Libra energy. This is interesting. You had Scorpio with Pluto energy, which is the same. Now you have Venus with Libra, and we all know Venus is Libra and Taurian energy. So they're running side by side. You're going to have one heck of a great summer over here. In the bottom of the deck, you have Capricornian energy. So it's, oh my gosh, and we're going to bring that out because I love that. And it's saying into the 11th house. So let's just look at that for a second, my friends. He says, well, you have this Venus energy that you're going to walk right in. Hey, I know exactly where I'm going. You know, I just came back from hell pretty much. And from sinking underwater, grew some wings, blew through that, got a new life, got all these aces coming in, got all these brand new beautiful opportunities. Skyrocketed out of Dodge over here into something amazing. And yes, I do feel like this will be June because I feel like this is going to be like the end of July going through August. And I do feel right here, this is June. This is where that was the happiest time and the money and everything's flowing together. Then you say, I'm over here and I'm beautiful and I'm Venus. Feeling, you know, enjoying life, feeling the pleasures. Taking on new relationships with my Libra. I've got my new love. I've got my new job. I'm seeing the improvements. Could be in service to others. There could be some delays when it comes to some Queen of Swords, though. And this could be about, you know, direct communication. So you might feel like you're on your way to do something. There could be whatever it is, you know, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. It does look like it's something that has to do with a job or hiring people or getting a promotion or helping someone out in some kind of situation. It does look like there is a delay, though. Okay. It also looks like it could be delay in travel for some of you as you are moving on from this situation. I do see leaving behind certain situations. We do have travel here when you have this Six of Swords, so it could be some kind of travel, leaving, like I said, leaving behind. I got leaving behind twice with the Eight of Cups to the Six of Swords. But it does say that that's just because you feel like there was something that you learned that was from failure, and you're not going to allow this person to get into your environment or this thing to get into your environment. It's like, I already learned my lesson. This could be coming after a Mercury retrograde, but you're enjoying life. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. Bringing this teamwork, being recognized. But, you know, I do like this, though, because this is actually talking about this season, right? Because we're in summer. This season is still like talking about being less about recognition in the world and more about enjoying the duties of what's going on in your daily lives. Like, I'm not worried really about where I'm putting all my extra energy into things. I'm just enjoying the extras. You could be doing some recreational type things, like going boating and going out with friends and going bowling or something. I don't know. I'm literally seeing things like this is just like you giving back your heyday. The payday. I'm just going to go out and have some fun. It's not, you know, really about bringing service to other people. It does feel like if they want to get back to you, it's like they will get back to me. That's fine. But I'm not going to emphasize anything at this time about getting any kind of significant conversations out of this situation. It's just, you know what it has, guys? It has this, I don't really care. You're just like kind of kicked back, you know, you've just gone through Hades and back, and I just feel like you're just really in this place of, yeah, it's payday. I'm just going to allow myself to plan. I'm not looking to invest into huge shit. You know, it's like, if you want to call me back about this situation, go right ahead. But I'm not making it my overall priority right now. I'm having my payday, if I want a sweet tooth, I'm going to have a sweet tooth. I'm going out. I'm having fun. And it does feel like that too for some of you, kind of like if you knew that, oh God, I shouldn't eat that, it's going to go straight to my thighs. But right now you're like, you know what? I don't care if it goes straight to my thighs. I'm eating that. I'm living life. That's what it is. I'm living it up because you just went through hell. Yes, live it up. Enjoy. I'm not caring where I'm putting stuff. Let it delay. Who cares? It's not hurting anyone and I'm not hurting anybody. But I love that because remember the end of the deck. The end of the deck for the end of summer says that it's going to be this Capricornian 11th house anyways. That's where it's bringing in and granting wishes, luck, your friends, your social occasions, getting out there, having a blast. This Capricorn energy here is beautiful. It's serious, materialistic, hardworking. So it's pretty much saying it's okay. You go out, balance yourself. It has to be balanced. That's what you're doing. You're balancing this summer with your hard work and play. Venus, loving it up. If I want to go cut my hair and get a whole new look and become a whole new me, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I do feel like that's what you're doing. But you're balancing out the hard work with play. But I feel like some people don't like that from you. It's kind of like, did you lose your mind? And you're like, no, I'm enjoying my life. Ooh, somebody doesn't like that. Is somebody jealous? Why do I feel kind of like jealous energy kind of coming through? Because if you're taking time out to be with you, yourself, and your friends, your family, however, and you have responsibility, you know where your responsibilities are. I mean, you already have them. It literally says, you're balancing both out. And even if you are taking summer vacation, I made enough money. I have summer vacation. It just feels like you're taking care of business, but you're also taking care of your happiness too, your fun, your vacation. Sometimes this is where the stronger desire is anyways, right? Venus. Why? Because Venus says, I want you to do both. She's a hard worker. She's Taurian energy. But she also wants to have a lot of play too, because she's also about what? Success, but she's also about desires and beauty and fun, right? And then keeping things balanced with the Libra energy. So I love that. And this could be also where you're also building, stronger commitments and working on really building up relationships. But keeping your goals in mind too. So I don't know, you could have somebody who's like, how do you do both? Because I learned how to do that, right? Because I learned that what burned down wasn't good for me, whatever it was. So I love it. Sweet success. Taking on some authoritative roles. Vacation. You couldn't even. What did I just say, guys? You're on vacation. I'm telling you. But you're also shedding the old, but you're also in a place of authority. That's the Capricorn energy, even though that authority is the Emperor's Aries energy. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point was the Capricorn saying, I'm working hard. I'm still being self-confident. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm still climbing my mountain, but I'm on vacation. So I'm going to go on vacation, then come home. And then I'm going to put the pedal to the metal of my job and still be successful and still have these bright ideas and still be awesome. Ooh, and your social status is like, yeah, on target. So, I mean, you're kind of the force to be reckoned with, aren't you? I'm going to write that down because I think that's exactly what it is, Pisces, for you. I think you're going to be the force to be reckoned with in 2026. Why? Because I do believe that you, my friends, are on this place of shedding from this place of maybe over Mr. Nice Guy into a place of authority. Look, you have Venus and the Emperor. So, and then people are going to be like, what are you doing? Well, why? Because I didn't do that last year because I was too busy trying to figure shit out. A force to be reckoned with. Why? Because you're on this journey of sweet success. I seen the card, I'm using it. I seen the card, and I'm definitely using that. And in fact, is that card still right here? Well, it'll probably pop up again because I seen it. And you know what? Even if it's not coming out, I'm not worried about it. I've seen it, and I'm using that because that is exactly where you're going. And your social status for the majority of you are changing. Your status quo is changing. Your social status is changing. You're having so many new opportunities. Your love life is like surreal, beautiful, loving it, you know, and it's like, even if you didn't want love and you're like, you know what, I'm loving myself, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all about the beautiful fifth house of what you're doing. It was all about the endings to how you're bringing in these new beginnings. And it definitely is an ending. It was the ending of all that nonsense into the ending to winning. The ending to winning. And there's success again. And then success. It's not the sweet success, but whatever. I'm not worried about it. I'm just telling you right now, it's the endings to this beautiful new beginning. And I could write that down as well, but I really feel like I think it's deeper than that. We could say it's the ending to winning, and it's like, yay. No. It's because it is more than that. You have 3 cards of transformation, my friends. You have the death card, which I did not keep out because we put it back in case we needed it again, but we've seen it. We have Pluto, we have the death card, and now we have the shedding, which is transformation. It is literally saying, because the way you keep transforming and you keep learning, you keep cycling through all these new ideas and all these new beginnings and all these new, fresh, new ideas and areas of your life. It's almost like if you don't like something, you shed it away, Pisces, and you're like, no, you know what? That didn't work for me. I'm going this way now. And that's exactly what you're doing. Because you keep getting all these new potentials, all these new ideas. So yeah, you are a force to be reckoned with. Because if Pisces doesn't like what it's doing, then they may just shed you, let's put it this way. You may shed them away. So cross watchers, yes, they may shed you away. Pisces may say, you're not good enough for me because I already went through hell and back and I need something that's good. But you know what I like though, Pisces? When it comes to relationships right now, I'm noticing you're right where you need to be for the majority thereof. Okay. Now, if you know you're one that needs to shed them away and get a new love life, then that's fine. You know, take it how it is. This is a general reading. Seriously, right? This is not a personal reading. Having a heyday on vacation. I mean, that's it. And yeah, it is. You are a force to be reckoned with because even on the workplace, if you put out ideas, you're like, well, then fuck you. I will leave and take my shit with me and you will go. And you will go. And that fire horse will let you go get some new job. You have the Ace of Pentacles. It will let you have this new job for this success because it says you're on the right track. Keep going. If you don't like it, tell them to kick rocks. It's not even a joke. I mean, that's literally what's happening here. We don't see it in the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year looks like you're going down with the ship and you're going to die, right? Praying, just a metaphor, right? We're using a metaphor. Plain and simple, I'm using a metaphor. But no, it looks horrible. No, and that's just, like I said, it's going to creep back and it's going to be this dynamic, overpowering new you, like you're the biggest monarch butterfly. And you might even say, I wasn't the butterfly. I turned into a phoenix. Fine. Maybe it was a phoenix effect. Some of you are going to be bigger than others. That's fine. In fall, let's see how you're going to wrap this year up. I love it. And of course, there's going to be downs and outs, and there's going to be other things happening within your life. Take what happens and what doesn't, throw it away. It's going to happen for some and not for others. And that's fine, right? That's fine. We know where we're going. There's an overall energy, and that's all that really matters. Is the 7th house to the Mercury. How you think, communicate, write, and travel. Going to that 7th house, the area of your life is about long-term, significant partners, romance, business, and family. Now you're saying, I'm going to push you all together. We're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to be up. Oh, there's going to be things that are up for debate when it comes to that situation. I completely heard it. Look, you ain't going to go this way. It's up for debate. Because remember, the fire horse isn't messing around. It either deepens or I'm burning it down. And you're taking that to the next level, which I think is funny because Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Scorpio want to keep them in a little box and try to figure out if we, how deep we're going to make it. I think that's hilarious. If you guys are dealing with Scorpio, that might get on your nerve because you might know, and I'm going to bring that up because you might know that they're trying to keep you in a box. You might know that they're trying to play what you feel might be head games. I didn't like that so much for them because I did feel like it was head games, but seeing where they're going, I understand it from their point of view. But if you look at it from another person's point of view, it's not always what it seems what they're seeing it. So if you guys are dealing with a Scorpio or a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, you might want to watch those videos. Pretty sure Scorpio did it. I know for a fact Scorpio Sag cusp did because I just watched that video again to remind myself. So if you do feel like they're trying to keep you in this little bubble, you might want to watch that because it looks to me like you're saying, but I'm not going to let you keep me in a bubble. That could throw off everything that they're doing. That's very interesting. That's an interesting scenario of how that was going to go down. Like I said, that would have to become a personal reading to see how that would actually go down. But that's very interesting. And then you're going to bring up this fire and you're saying, no, the energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive action is likely with the Aries energy. So you're to this point where you're feeling like if the conversations and the communications and the things that are going on around me are not going the right way, then I'm going to pretty much turn into a shark and eat you. Or it might just be a fish slap, right? It's going to depend, right, on how they're treating you. Interesting. That's very interesting. Actually, you know what, guys? I want to get some. We haven't used these yet. I want to use these cards. I want to use see what the T says, right? This is what's the gossip, what's the tea? Only for the fact that I think it's going to be useful here. Because now we're talking about really getting into other people's shit, right? Behind the mask, hidden emotions, concealing your true self. That's it right there. If they're not going to be willing to want to show their true self, then you're going to say, I don't really know who you are, and I don't really want to play this game. This is like, I'm not playing games. I've given you chances all year long, or I just met them and I don't want to deal with that. So you're going to know whether in fall, whether this is someone who is playing mind games with you, who you just met, or is it someone that you've known for a long time who's playing mind games and you're like, I've given you many chances. Hidden agenda, because I don't want to, yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. I kind of feel like this is on a workplace, like a new coworker or something is coming in. And yeah, see, you have CEO energy. You don't have time to be playing games. You're in this business of confidence, and I'm the boss, and maybe you are the boss. Maybe this is your own business, and you're like, you know what? I'm not taking in people, you know, who are afraid to show who they really are. I hired you, and now you want to hide behind a mask, right? I don't have time for this. So that's a very interesting energy. And then I see this other person who's doing anything that they want for attention. These are two different energies. You have some clout chaser, somebody who's hungry for attention. And then you have the divine timing. So you're like, So if you guys are running your own business and you're looking between two different kinds of people, it does look like this is, wow, yeah, safe. I don't know. I just look unbothered. I just like, you know what? Don't play with me. That is totally you right now. Peaceful, the peace despite the chaos. So it does feel like you're coming through in fall with this calm attitude, detached from any kind of negativity. I don't want no drama. I don't want your tea, right? I don't want your tea. You have somebody breadcrumbing the situation, and you just like, money moves, and I'm not going to let you be my energy vampire. Watch your energy. So it's very interesting, and it does look like you have some sneaky behavior. Okay, so there looks like there could be somebody who wants to have some private meetings, discreet intimacy with you, and maybe it's, I don't know. I don't like it, though, because it says it's going to cause gossip. Ooh, I don't like that. Careful, careful. Careful, careful. And how are you leaving? So it does look like they're, and this could even be your kids, friends. I'm not sure who that is. You'll know when that time comes. But it does look like that's a lot of drama. I still feel it's at the workplace. And you're just like, I don't care. Just want my paycheck, doing my job. It does look like the end of the year you will still. There it is again. You guys could be dealing with another water sign or a Libra. It looks like there's a lot of bad advice and a lot of things going around town. People are moody, and you're avoiding everybody. And that's the same thing I'm avoiding. Unbothered. So just watch for the drama towards the end there. But otherwise, I see everything beautiful. I didn't see anything. I just, like I said, you're just a force to be reckoned with. You're just got too much going on your plate to be dealing with nonsense. You got savings over here, saving all this money. You got great foresight, and then you have this beautiful surprise coming in. An unexpected turn can bring a positive change. Be ready for this change and this unexpected surprise. Direction. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor if needed. And home-based. Home is the harbor of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. Change your environment. You might even, some of you might even be moving at the end of the year. You might be buying a house. Who knows? Maybe you're getting married for some of you. Okay, so wow, beautiful reading, guys. Let's go ahead and get an angel number for the rest of the year. This is going to go through the 3rd house to the 5th house and the overall message from Spirit. You might be seeing these numbers off and on all year as they are telling you how to move. There it is. 222, you're in alignment. Okay, so having your connections, friendships, beautiful romance, relationships, family ties. Sounds just like your reading. That's crazy. It says, how do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest. It is piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. And I feel like that is your numbers for 2026. And guess what, guys? I will see you next year. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye.